Avenue today. Take a look at this. We're not talking about the weather here. Anti-war protesters and pro-war protesters clashing, getting in each other's faces in Washington. Police in riot gear there to keep order, making multiple arrests at this hour. Fox News' Griff Jenkins was there too. He joins us live from Washington. Griff, this thing really did get out of control. I mean, a lot of these officers were spotted with cans of tear gas, according to you and your producers on the ground. They are armed with weapons, ready to shoot those rubber bullets at any point. Tell me about the latest arrests.
That's right, Julie. They're not messing around. 5,000 or so protesters under the banner of the Answer Coalition, Act Now to Stop War and End Racism. Cindy Sheehan among them, Iraq war veterans there. They went from the White House, Lafayette Plaza, all the way to the Capitol to do a die-in. Along the way, many pro-war folks, the Gathering of Eagles folks, yelled at them, and the anti-war guys yelled back. So they were worked up by the time they got to the Capitol. In those pictures you're seeing, I was right there getting pushed around, shoved around. The cops, the Capitol Police cops are not messing around. They are ready for a full riot, but it seems to be calm. It seems to be people just getting arrested. I witnessed multiple arrests, all sorts of things. And I was actually looking, Julie, for the die-in, and all of a sudden, everybody around me started to lay down. Mostly the Iraq war veterans and their associates laying down, resembling the dead people in Iraq. And I got to actually talk to a few of them as they died in. Take a look at this tape, Julie. Here's what one of the dead in had to say to me. Can I ask you why you're here today?
I'm here standing in solidarity with the American people, we the majority, we the people who do not stand with the president and Congress because they'll do nothing. They will not listen to our opinion. That's why I'm here, because I represent the people. We all represent the people of this country.
And do you feel that the troops, are you a former veteran?
No, I'm not.
Do you feel that the troops over there are fighting to protect America, to fight against Al-Qaeda?
They are fighting against nothing. They're fighting for nothing. They are dying for nothing. This happened in America 40 years ago. This happened in this country with Nixon, when Lyndon B. Johnson were in office. We're just experiencing history all over again. So I'm going to do exactly what I read in my history books and practice my First Amendment.
And last question, do you believe General Petraeus was telling the truth, or do you agree with that Petraeus said that he's a traitor?
General Petraeus is a coward. He speaks for no one but himself and the people who want money with him. All the oil mongering war, he's not us. He does not speak for us. He does betray us. He's not our general. We are our own general.
So, Julie, this young lady, that was fake blood for our viewers. She was not hurt. That was all part of the show. But she clearly not hearing General Petraeus' message or agreeing with President Bush's speech on Thursday night.
You know, Griff, I'm reading here about you and your producers and what you encountered here today. And apparently there are a lot of college kids that took part in this. Thousands expected to attend. A lot of angry people there. And what strikes me most is that it was as if they were teasing the cops. They wanted to get arrested, because you guys talk about this one man and woman who jumped the barricades, apparently, and then police in some riot gear quickly tackled him and placed him into custody. And meanwhile, they're getting cheered on by the crowd. Tell me about that.
Well, that's right. You know, when I first arrived with the die-in, one of the Iraq veterans was saying he was going to leap the barrier, and there was almost an alleyway made for him, actually running past me, and he leaped over the barricade, and the police immediately tackled it. You know, emotions run very hot, and you are correct. There are a lot of young people out there, a lot of college students believe in the cause against the war in Iraq, and they're cheering it on, and it becomes a bit of a party atmosphere, if you will. And I would say by the end of the day, upwards of 100 people or more could possibly be arrested, because it seems to be the fad. It seems to be what's happening down there. And
so this is supposedly some sort of new wave in protesting. I mean, are we going to be seeing more of this sort of thing?
I think so. As long as the war goes on, these people, you know, have been consistent in coming out in the numbers. Of course, stay strong. This not quite nearly as big as the same Answer March in March of this year, but this one did draw out the young people. However, what's new, Julie, I think, is that you're having more of the pro-war folks, pro-troops folks, like this Gathering of Eagles group, which is along the route today, shouting at the anti-war protesters. So the divide over the war in Iraq is certainly getting thicker.
And angrier. Griff Jenkins live in Washington. Thank you so much, Griff.
Thanks,
and tonight's other big story that we're watching for you, this latest twist, this new twist in the all-too-covered latest O.J. Simpson saga. TMZ.com is reporting it just spoke to the alleged robbery victim whose casino hotel room police say the juice broke into. Well, that victim now saying O.J. has called him to apologize for the whole thing. William LaJeunesse is in Las Vegas following the latest developments. You know, you hear about an apology, and it almost seems like it's a confession. Al Beardsley, tell us about this guy, one of the alleged victims who says that he was held at gunpoint and robbed by O.J. What's he saying?
Well, Julie, there are two men